Hi, this is Elizabeth from Dingbats Notebooks, and today I'm going to be showing you how you can set up an Easter-themed cover page and monthly spread in your bullet journal. We're also going to talk a little bit about how you can incorporate a faux Dutch door into your spreads. So grab your Dingbats notebook, grab a pen, and let's get started. Starting off with a cover page, I initially went in and sketched everything I wanted for my cover page with pencil, and the next step is to ink everything in using a permanent ink pen. I personally enjoy using the Sakura Micron pens. So using pens of different weights, ranging from the 005 on the thin end to the 08 on the thick end, I'm drawing in all of the elements of my cover page. I wanted the spread to feel very Easter, very spring-like, so I've incorporated bunnies and florals in light pastel colors to really get across that feeling of early spring. I'm primarily using my very fine-tipped Sakura Micron pen in 005 for the drawings on the cover page because they really allow you to get right in there and get very detailed fine lines. You can make these drawings as detailed or as simple as you like. It's completely up to you and your preference. Here are my tips for drawing flowers in this style. I think one of the things that makes them look the most realistic is the variation. You don't want any petal to look exactly the same because in nature, no petal does. So keeping them in varying sizes, varying lengths, and making sure the edges are a little more jagged will give you a much more realistic looking flower. I also find that adding the details adds quite a bit of realism, so bringing these very fine lines from the center of the flower out and from the edges of the petals in really adds to the overall impression of a realistic flower. I also like to add a couple petals that are starting to curl up for that little bit more variation. I thought the spread would look nice in a sort of frame, so I used my thickest Sakura Micron 08 to create a nice bold rectangular frame around the spread. Now that the cover page is all inked in, we want to make sure we give it a sufficient amount of time to dry before we go in with watercolors. So in the meantime, I'm going to work on our monthly spread. Starting off with the April header along the side here, I counted 8 dots in from the side of the page and folded it back, trying to keep that fold line as straight as possible. Now I'm going to draw on the page behind. This is the start of our faux Dutch door. I'm using a ruler and a circle template to really get nice, clean, crisp lines. I'm also using the dot grid in my Dingbats notebook as a reference point to make sure that all of my letters are the exact same size. I'm using my Sakura Micron 08 pen to draw in the grid of my monthly spread, creating daily boxes 6 by 6 dots. Unfolding that page, you have a bonus little strip of paper to use for whatever you like, and this is our faux Dutch door. Now you can also create a Dutch door spread by actually cutting the paper to reveal what's behind it. I prefer a faux Dutch door spread because I love to have that extra paper for more drawings, trackers, note-taking, or whatever strikes my fancy. I decided to use this bonus strip of paper for a monthly habit tracker. So I drew in a simple rectangle and added the habits I wanted to track, numbered the days down the side, and added my header along the top. Now I'm adding my drawings for my monthly spread. I'm lining the top of the spread with flowers, drawn in the same style as my flowers from the cover page. And at the bottom of the spread, I'm adding a few flowers and a sleeping bunny, so we have that consistent theme throughout our setups for the month. I'm using the same technique to draw these flowers as the technique I used on the cover page. So I'm making sure to have some petals curling up, some petals flat, petals of different sizes and shapes, and to add quite a bit of jagged lines, especially on the edges or the ends of the petals, along with adding all of my fine detailed lines from the center out and the outside of the petals in for those details. I also decided to stagger the flowers so that every other flower was closer to the edge or closer to the center of the page, again for just a little bit more variation. For the drawings at the bottom of the page, I drew 3 flowers in the same style and also added a little sleeping bunny. Now that I've finished inking in the monthly spread, I'm going back to the cover page. I'm going to start adding color using watercolors. One of my favorite things about Dingbats notebooks is how well they hold up to watercolor. You want to be aware of how much water you have on your brush as you apply the color. Put a spare piece of watercolor paper behind the page I'm painting on, just as an extra precaution in case I apply too much water to the page. Practice makes perfect, and it's always a great idea to use the last couple pages in your notebook to try out different pens and different mediums to see how your paper reacts. I decided to keep to a pretty simple color scheme. I'm painting my flowers pink and purple, and I'm keeping my bunnies relatively white with just a touch of accent colors, a little bit of pink on the inside of their ears, and a tiny bit of beige on the shadowed parts of their body for a little bit more dimension. I also added a little bit of olive green and brown to some of the other foliage on the cover page. Once I'm happy with the cover page, I'm moving on to my monthly spread, and I'm sticking to those same colors. I'm alternating between purple and pink flowers along the top and bottom of the spread, and applying a very similar technique to my sleeping bunny, adding a little bit of pink to the inside of her ears, and a touch of beige along the shadowed parts of her body. I like to keep the color relatively light and washed out on the center of the petals and add a little bit more depth of color on the edge of the petals and also along some of the detail lines I drew to bring a three-dimensional look to the flowers. I'm continuing the same technique to paint the remainder of the flowers along the top and bottom of the spread. I'm making sure to use a very light hand, so not too much pigment and very little water, to try to avoid any bleeding through to the other side of the page. One of the easiest techniques to get this look is to start with a very light wash of color and then to go back in with more pigment and less water on your brush to add the darker details and accents. The smaller the brush you use, the more detailed you can get. And that's it for this setup. A very simple and spring-like Easter theme, utilizing a faux Dutch door to add that little bit more productivity to your spreads. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more videos from Dingbats. Be sure to follow Dingbats on all of your favorite social media platforms. Links will be in the description box down below, along with all of the supplies used in this video if you're interested in getting them for yourself. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.